I think it's safe to say that Mario Party Superstars is the game that most fans of the series were waiting for. After a decade of, well, let's just say underperforming Mario Party games, everyone was ecstatic to see a game that is basically a revamp of the original entries. But did Mario Party Superstars live up to the hype from the community? That's what we're going to be looking at in this review. But before we start, this is my first time making a game review. It has been heavily requested to me for a while, so I would appreciate your feedback in the comment section. And if this video is well received, I will certainly do more reviews of your favorite Nintendo games in the future. The video will follow a simple format. I will first cover most aspects of the game while giving my own personal thoughts, then I will put the game somewhere on my tier list. It is comprised of 7 tiers, and I'll explain each one from bottom to top. The first tier is called Yikes. This is for games where something definitely went wrong in their development cycle. They're either lackluster or just not good at all, and I definitely wouldn't enjoy playing it for more than an hour or two. You won't be seeing much in this tier because when I buy a game, I tend to look at the reviews and make sure it's good when I purchase it. Next up is Not My Thing, which is for games that maybe you'll like, but I just can't really get into. They're okay, but I just really don't see myself going back. Then we have Good, Great, Amazing, and Masterpiece, which are all very self-explanatory. And finally, we have Pure Perfection. I'll be shocked if this is ever used, but it's basically for games that are as close to perfect as possible. But who knows, in the future we might get a game that breaks all boundaries and becomes everyone's favorite thing of the generation. But now that we've covered everything, let's get on to my review of Mario Party Superstars. You could say that I did not have the best experience with the Mario Party series before Superstars. The only game I owned and played was Mario Party 10 on the Wii U. If you know at least a little about the Mario Party games, I don't need to say more. But if you're new to the series, this game has always been known to remove lots of charming elements from the previous ones and is almost always ranked in the bottom 3 of everyone's Mario Party rankings. I have heard a lot of people praise the N64 and GameCube games for their board design and gameplay, which made me very excited to try it out with Mario Party Superstars. This is the first time I'll be trying out a proper Mario Party. The box art of Mario Party Superstars strikes me as being very similar to Super Mario Odyssey's by giving off a collage or postcard feel. Even the back has a similar format of text and images. However, this is definitely not a bad thing. Since Superstars is a collection of the best boards and minigames, this style can better showcase what the game has to offer. When booting up Mario Party Superstars, you are met with a screen to select if you want to play offline, locally, or online. And since we're making an honest review, I have to say that I'm not a fan of this screen at all. Because after you select how you want to play, a cutscene appears and then it takes you to another title screen and finally the Mushroom Village. This order is unnecessarily strange to me. It would make a lot more sense to have online and local play be an adjustable toggle in the Mushroom Village. The opening cutscene of Superstars is simple but very well made. A Koopa Troopa invites the 10 playable characters to a party of old and new. One thing I noticed about this game is that all the characters have a lot of charm and personality, even compared to other Mario games which usually excel in this aspect. Also, the graphics and art style are absolutely beautiful. This could be one of my favorite games visually on the Switch. All of the remastered minigames and boards seem extremely polished and there isn't a single one that looks mediocre. Spaceland and Yoshi's Tropical Island especially impressed me by their graphics when I first played them. Seriously, those fruits look almost edible. Well, now I understand why old fans love the original Mario Party gameplay so much. Having all players move by themselves is a massive improvement over them all moving together in a car. It encourages strategy and decision making, rather than rolling a die and hoping for the best outcome. Most of the gameplay is unchanged from the N64 games, just with a few tweaks here and there. And that's exactly what it needed to be. We all know that if something isn't broken, you don't fix it, and I feel as though this especially applies to the Mario Party series. They kept all the elements that made Mario Party thrilling and enjoyable, such as the event, versus, Bowser, and my personal favorite, Chance Time spaces. The main new gameplay feature in Mario Party Superstars is the ability to play online globally or with friends. Online play did come as a free content update for Super Mario Party, but this is the first game of the series to have it at launch, and wow, am I impressed. Usually in Nintendo and online mixes like oil and water, but they actually created something that is not just playable but really solid. Not only do the games usually run without much lag, but you are able to leave and rejoin freely whenever you want. This is a great addition that other Nintendo games should take notes from. Speaking of great additions, stickers are possibly the best thing that was added to Superstars. They are a blast to use online, and I noticed that people are either very wholesome or very toxic with them. Either way, they give you a lot of laughs when they're used. Mario Party Superstars has a roster of 10 characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Wario, Donkey Kong, Daisy, Waluigi, Birdo, and Rosalina. Don't get me wrong, all of these characters deserve to be included, but I feel like we need a little more. I hope that Superstars receives some DLC updates, either free or paid, that adds new characters similar to Mario Golf Super Rush. Drybones, Pauline, Spike, and even Goomba could be great additions in the future. I guess I can't complain too much since the only character I use is Yoshi, but I know fans want to see some of their favorite Mario icons join the party. Still, this roster is good enough, and I understand why they would want to include the most iconic faces. After all, it is a Superstar collection. There are a total of 5 boards in Mario Party Superstars, and they all provide a completely different experience for the players. In this segment, I'll rank each board in addition to stating my own opinion on them. At number 5 is Woody Woods from Mario Party 3. Now this isn't a bad board by any means, as I enjoy playing on them all, it just happens to be the weakest. The directions of the board switch after every turn, which can be fun at times, but also very frustrating and confusing. The other gimmick are the 2 trees, one friendly and one not so friendly. Although I do enjoy the tree that gives you coins or an extra roll, I feel like I never encounter the unfriendly tree. Since the directions change after every turn, I'm pretty sure it's a 1 in 4 chance that you would even be able to reach it. Also, Woody Woods is the least visually appealing in my opinion, although they all look great. At number 4 is Peach's Birthday Cake from Mario Party 1. I actually still really love this board, even though it's at number 4. The Piranha Plans offer a lot of strategy, and choosing your route with the Goomba lottery is really fun. Oh, and also, you can probably tell by now, but Peach's Birthday Cake looks amazing. My only issue with it is that it's a bit too linear for my liking, but still very fun to play on regardless. My third favorite board in Superstars is Yoshi's Tropical Island from, once again, Mario Party 1. This used to be my least favorite board when I first played the game, but I don't know what I was thinking since now I love it. Sure, it's once again a pretty linear board, but I absolutely love the 2 gimmicks. Both can change the game in many different ways. Star switching can either give you a lot of stars in a short period of time, or you might have no stars for 10 turns. And the Thwomp bridges can either not really affect the game at all, or completely deplete your coins. And as I said before, Yoshi's Tropical Island is visually one of my favorites. Coming in second place is Spaceland from Mario Party 2. One of Spaceland's greatest strengths is the size. The board provides a ton of opportunities because of how massive it is, and you are able to access even more areas with the skeleton key. There are 2 main gimmicks on this board, the Sniffit Patrol and the Bowser Coin Beam. Calling the Sniffits can chase all players to very interesting situations, which provides a lot of strategy whether you want to call them or not. And the Bowser Coin Beam can be great or awful, depending on where you are in the board. Honestly, bad memories from the Bowser Coin Beam is probably the only reason why Spaceland is ranked second. It is truly a genius board otherwise. And my favorite board in Mario Party Superstars is Horrorland from Mario Party 2. The variation and replay value on this board is incredible. I feel like every single game is completely different than the next. Stealing stars and collecting items is by far the easiest in Horrorland compared to the others. And I still didn't even mention the genius day-night cycle and how you can use it to your advantage. Horrorland just has so many opportunities for the player, and that is why it's my favorite board in the game. The board quality in Superstars is great, but the board quantity is a bit controversial to say the least. We only got 5 boards here when the original Mario Party had a whopping 8. I understand how boards are much more difficult to create on the Switch than the N64, but this is a Superstar collection after all, and it would be nicer if we got 7 or 8 boards. However, there's always a potential for more free boards in the future, but at the moment it's a bit of a shame. Minigames are the one element of a Mario Party that I feel is almost impossible to go wrong with, and Superstars has, well, mostly an excellent selection. Free-for-all minigames have always been my personal favorite, and I think many can agree with me. Book Squirm, Hot Rope Jump, and Mushroom Mix-Up are classics that are extremely fun to play with others or to just grind by yourself. Book Squirm especially, I feel like I can play that game for an hour straight if I just wanted to beat my high score. Speaking of high scores, Snow World might appear as a generic mashing minigame, but there's something about the layout of the buttons and movements that is so satisfying to perform. Once you get the hang of it, you are able to achieve some really impressive scores. I was already happy to see 3 minigames return from Mario Party 10, but when I noticed that Rapid River Race was returning, I couldn't wait to play it. River Race was my favorite minigame from Mario Party 10, but I think it still holds up in the top 10 of Superstars. Some other free-for-alls that I love include Pushy Penguins, Monty's Revenge, Shy Guy Says, and especially Dinger Derby. I actually managed to reach the top 1000 in Dinger, so maybe the reason why I love it is a little biased. And the last group of free-for-all minigames in Superstars that I find extremely enjoyable are the precision ones. I'm talking about Trace Race, Crazy Cutters, and Facelift. Challenging yourself to get a perfect score is painful to say the least, but oh so rewarding when it happens. 2v2 minigames are also great for the most part. I love the theming and gameplay of Eats a Pizza, Dungeon Duos, and Sky Pilots. These minigames heavily encourage and reward teamwork and help change up the game by forcing the players to work with their enemies. But unfortunately, I cannot say the same with the 1v3 minigames. Some of them are fun, but they're nowhere near as memorable as the others. I think the issue is the imbalance and bias in the minigames. You wouldn't have to worry about a free-for-all or 2v2 being unfair because all teams are completing the same task. But this is a lot more difficult when making a 1v3 because the single team usually needs to do something completely different than the others. However, the minigame's pros outweigh the cons. I really like playing at least 75% of them in my free time. Oh, you're telling me I forgot to mention the coin minigames? Yeah, I think it's best to forget about these. The only one that is somewhat fun is X-Ray Payday, because the others just force you to mindlessly move around in hopes of a coin bag to be near. But then there's this one minigame called Castaways, which is arguably the worst minigame of the 100. First of all, it borrows the horrible stick spinning controls from Tug-O-War, but that's far from the only issue, as using the fishing rods to catch coins feels super clunky and it almost never goes to your desired spot. Oh, and I didn't even mention that the minigame lasts 60 seconds, unlike the normal 30. I don't know who would play this minigame in their free time because I sure am not. I thought I'd end this segment on a positive note by talking about my favorite minigame in Mario Party Superstars, which is one of the more obscure ones. There are 3 sport minigames in the bunch based off of soccer, hockey, and volleyball. I think all of them are great, but Shell Soccer is on a whole other level. The objective is to hit all 7 Goombas on your opponent's side. It sounds simple, but aiming your shot is very difficult when the other team can run and tackle. Oh, and you also have a teammate who you can pass back and forth with. This minigame creates some of the most tense and exciting moments I've ever had with a Mario game. The thing that sucks about Shell Soccer is that you rarely have the opportunity to play it in an actual game. There's a small chance, but most of the times I've played this minigame, I need to manually select it from free play. Just saying, I'd love to get this rather than Coconut Kong for the 20th time. One of the best references added to Superstars in my opinion is the Mushroom Village hub from the original Mario Party. Although I haven't interacted with it in Mario Party 1, I must admit that this place is really cool. The village consists of an option house to change your settings, as well as a friend house to connect online with friends. There's also a shop where you can buy all kinds of things from Toad, such as stickers, music, card designs, and an encyclopedia. The shop is a pretty nice addition to have. It gives you something to do with not much else really to it. But my favorite part about the village is the data house. I'm the type of person who loves looking at my stats while playing a game, so this is definitely my kind of place. Here you can customize a Mario Party card, which is basically your in-game profile, as well as listen to music, check out minigame records, and much more. But the part I love the most in the data house are the achievements. They're a blast to collect, and some actually give you a big challenge. I still haven't 100% of the achievements, but I certainly want to in the future. The main side mode of Mario Party Superstars is called Mount Minigames. This area features 7 modes centered around, well, playing minigames. Trio Challenge, Tag Match, and Coin Battle are modes where you verse each other in the specific type of minigame, each with their own twist. I like Tag Match, but I don't really play the other two, often for the main reason that 1v3 and coin minigames are not my thing. Then we have Free Play, which is by far the one I use the most. It allows you to choose whatever minigame you want to play while also keeping track of the scores. If you're low on time with friends and cannot play a full Mario Party game, I definitely recommend checking this mode out. And finally, we have the 3 online modes: Daily Challenge, Survival, and Sports and Puzzles. Daily Challenge consists of 3 packs of 3 minigames that refresh every 24 hours, and it's a nice change of pace to play from time to time. Survival is actually a surprisingly difficult mode where you have to continue winning minigames online, and if you lose once, your streak ends. I don't know if I just suck, but I still haven't managed to get higher than 4 in a row. The final mode is Sports and Puzzles, where you can play the 6 minigames under this category against others online in order to move up ranks. Basically, it's where I can grind shell soccer for an hour straight. On the puzzle side, I really enjoy playing Mario's Puzzle Party for the main reason that I do not understand the other two for the life of me. The final extra feature that I'll talk about in this review are the credits. Normally I would not care about this part of a game, but Superstars is one of the best I've ever seen. It is designed as a photo book which consists of every minigame and previous Mario Party game. It's also interactive. When you click on a minigame, it changes from old to new, which is so fascinating. If you own the game and haven't checked it out yet, you really need to. So how good is Mario Party Superstars, and where do I think it fits on the tier list? This is a super fun multiplayer game, and I was really torn between amazing and great, but for now I think I'll settle at the top of great. Don't get me wrong, even though it looks low on the tier list, I still really had a ton of fun with this game. It is certainly better than Mario Party 10, and if you have any spare Christmas money, I definitely recommend buying it. If the game received more boards and characters in the future, I'd 100% put it in amazing, but for now, the lack of it is really unfortunate. But the boards and minigames are so well done, which makes Mario Party Superstars a great game for multiplayer mayhem. And that just about finishes my Mario Party Superstars review. Comment down below what games you would like to see me review in the future, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.